Hey, welcome to the Wells Report on the USA Radio Network. I'm James Parker filling in for John David Wells, who's out today. 844 Radio US if you want to be a part of the show. Still to come. Got a lot to try and squeeze in here. We're going to do Best Day Ever in the next segment. That's our version of This Day in History. I'm going to try and get to this pit bull story and this white professor who works at Tuskegee University who is suing Tuskegee, suing the college for racial discrimination. I think he's an idiot. Well, he's probably a really intelligent guy with good intentions, but this is a silly case. And I don't know, he must have been talked into this, or I don't know if he's just trying to make a point or whatever. But, dude, I think you're going about this all wrong. But first, let's do some jokes. All right, welcome to the monologue. I am your host, James Parker. I said I am your host, James Parker. I gotta force it out of you. What's the matter today? It's Friday. Pay attention. According to the National Enquirer, Britney Spears is planning on having a secret Las Vegas wedding ceremony. Insiders say she just can't wait to lip sync I Do. President Trump is planning to slash the food stamp program. Experts warn that without food stamps, many families will be forced to choose between food and booze. According to a new poll, 2/3 of Americans say most people can't be trusted. The other 1/3 didn't answer the poll because they didn't trust the pollster. According to the Globe magazine, Stevie Wonder has just 7 months to live. Stevie is shocked. He says, man, I didn't see that coming. It was just, what are you, a bunch of Stevie Wonder fans, I guess. How hush. According to Radar Online, President John F. Kennedy's grandson, his name's Jack Schwarzenberg. Him and his girlfriend have split up after she caught him cheating. Or he, as he calls it, the family tradition, you know. Living the principle. The old Kennedy principle. Also, according to the Globe magazine, Simon Cowell has just about ruined his face with plastic surgery. To give you an idea of how bad it is, he's being pestered by autograph hounds who think he's Wayne Newton. Is Wayne Newton still alive? Phil, is Wayne Newton still alive? Escalating tension between the U.S. and Central America is having some ripple effects there. For example, yesterday I was over at the grocery store and the little sticker on the bananas said, "Go to hell." Boy, snippy Hondurans, huh? Good news for former special counsel Robert Mueller. He's landed a role on A Place for Mom commercials as the bumbling old geezer. You know you've heard those spots. Convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein is on suicide watch after he was found with neck injuries in his cell. And I know what you're thinking, but the Clintons already have alibis. Somebody's assassin failed. Happy birthday to Mick Jagger. I don't want to say he's getting old, but he used to be the Midnight Rambler. Now he's the Midnight Napper. And finally, low milk prices are starting to take a toll on the dairy industry in the United States. Compared to last year, the U.S. has 100,000 fewer dairy cows. But we do still have producer Phil's mom. So.
Oh, Phil, sorry. 99.
It was there, had to do it. Yeah, just a little extra gloating over Phil there. And Steve over here in Facebook Live says Wayne Newton's still alive, and so I just checked on Wikipedia because that's my favorite source. It's most reliable, really. And yeah, he is still alive. I could have swore he was dead. Phil, have we ever played Dead or Alive on this show? I know I've done it on other shows, but have we ever played Dead or Alive?
I don't believe so, no.
Oh, man. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know the game Dead or Alive? This is where I give you a celebrity and you have to guess if they're dead or alive.
Yeah, it seems like a decent amount. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. I'm filling in again in like, 2 weeks? We'll do it then. Seriously. You're going to love this game. It's one of the best. Like Wayne Newton, Dead or Alive.
I actually know that one.
Yeah, well, I would have gotten it wrong. And so there's a bunch of other crazy ones like Abe Vigoda.
He just died like a couple months ago.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can look. There's a bunch of tricky ones in there too, but it's a fun game. Here, let me pull some punches here, and we'll just save it for when it happens organically.
I know a lot of these because one of my bits on Twitter is is doing the "See you at the crossroads" whenever a celebrity dies. So.
Oh, that's your bit. Well, then you're the
one of
guy
them.
to play this with.
Yeah.
All right. All right, a couple of quick stories here. 29 cats were fatally mauled by two pit bulls at an animal shelter. This is a nice, fun, lighthearted story, isn't it? This is from the Associated Press, but the story happened in Dothan, Alabama, southeast Alabama. And there were a couple of rambunctious little pit bulls, and they managed to force their way out of their holding pen, but they were still in a different section of the animal shelter than the cats. The dogs are segregated. Segregation is wrong, people. But the dogs managed to push so hard on a galvanized bar attached to a chain link fence that they knocked it out of the clamp, which allowed them to access the cats. I have no idea what this looks like. I'm just reading from the story here. Needless to say, a couple of pretty energetic pit bulls went into the cat pen and killed 29 of them. Bad news for the cats. But have you ever thought about what it would be like to be one of these killing machines? Because, look, as far as pit bulls go, I would never own one. If you have children and you own one, I think you're insane. And they're like, it's not the breed, it's the owner. Well, sometimes it's not. You know, sometimes grenades just go off on their own. But, look, all that being said, think about being the pit bull, though. Think about being the pit bull, and you're a killing machine, and you have been bred to love the taste of blood. You have been, it is in your genes, it is your genetic profile reinforced through thousands of years of selective breeding to kill. See that cat? That cat doesn't deserve to live. And look, it's not even a meal for me, but I love the practice of killing. Urgh! But pit bulls born these days, they don't get to do a whole lot of killing, do they? And I imagine these little guys may have done something untoward to get them into the animal shelter. But if you are one of these two pit bulls, how glorious would it be for you to break into that cat pen and have 29 defenseless little cats that can't escape, and you get to kill them all? It's probably so fun. It's probably the best day of these pit bulls' lives. They're probably talking about it until they get euthanized, and they're probably euthanized by like 4:30 this afternoon. But if you're a pit bull, this is your wildest dream. Horrible story for us, really bad for the kitten, but for the pit bull community, this is like porn for them. They're like, oh, they were probably bragging to each other. Oh, you have no idea how great it was. They're talking because they're now back in a pen, talking to another dog across the pen, some, uppity German Shepherd over there. It's like, you don't understand. They had nowhere to go, and even if they escaped, I could just turn around and try again. And then you can grab them by the neck, and you can do that little thing where you swing them back and forth really fast, like, and snap their neck. And then they go limp on you, and you can just kind of chew on them all you want. Oh, it's delicious. And the blood, it tastes so good once it hits your lips. That kitten blood, it tastes so good. But pit bulls are crazy. Pit bulls are insane. Look, we've done pit bulls over and over. It's one of what we call an evergreen topic in the talk radio world. And I can't tell you how many calls I've gotten from people. There's two types of people in the pit bull world, because you and I have abstained from the pit bull world. Phil doesn't have a pit bull either, right? Phil, you have a pit bull? But for the people who have gone down the pit bull route, there's only two camps. One of them is, it's not the breed, it's the owner, and if you raise it right, a pit bull is the most loving animal you'll ever get, and Chihuahuas bite people more than pit bulls, and those people. And then there's the people that call into radio shows going, listen, I was one of those people. I knew what I was doing. I had raised many pit bulls before. I knew how to do it. I knew how to not do it. I raised that pit bull perfect, never did anything wrong, and then one day it just snapped and it clamped down on my son's face, and he still has scars across his left cheek because I thought it was cool to have a pit bull, and I had mastered one of Jesus' perfect killing machines, and it was just a level of hubris and pride that ended up biting me, no pun intended. And look, just avoid all that. Would you like to have a 0% chance your dog is going to murder your child? Then don't get a pit bull. Seems so weird. And then this other story. There's this fella. He's 73 years old. He's been working at the Tuskegee University in Alabama since the 70s. He has a 40-year tenure there. And he's now suing the university for racial discrimination. He claims he's owed about $400,000 in back pay because he's been trying to get a raise 12 different times. He's been denied over the last couple of decades. And he is upset because he says there are much younger, less qualified, less accomplished professors who do less work, and they make $30,000 a year more than he does. And the big question, you're like, well, before I judge, because if this is a guy that's making $300,000 a year and he's like, man, I need to be making $320,000 a year, that's discrimination, you would say, all right, this is silly. This fella is making $60,500 a year as a PhD college professor for 40 years. $60,000? Isn't that what the manager at the closest Taco Bell franchise is pulling down? Hell, he's probably killing that. $60,000. Why are you staying there? It's a stupid lawsuit. No, they're not racially discriminating against you. You're just a chump who's going to stay there even though they don't give you a raise. Look, the whole point, if you're so awesome and you're such a great physics teacher and you can do so much, start this program and all these other things and get grants and all that, go to another college where you'll be appreciated. It's the same thing we tell most of the people who do the lawsuits on the other direction. No, you probably weren't held down at work because of your skin color. Maybe someone didn't like you for another reason. Maybe they were just effective at keeping their costs down, and that happened to be at your expense but had nothing to do with race. I'm saying the same thing to this white fella suing Tuskegee University. Go to another university. Prove your worth. Prove them wrong. And if they really are wrong, then they will rue the day that they didn't give you a raise. That's how you go win. I don't understand this mentality where you go get to some lawyer and they go to court to get a big brother in government to come say, hey, I force you to be nice to your employee. I force you to respect your employee. Dude, they're not going to respect you. In fact, they're going to like you even less if you get the government to go gut punch them for a couple $100,000. Yeah, that'll really make you popular on campus. That'll really make the administration be on your side. Go work somewhere else. If it's so bad, why are you still here? Same thing Trump said to those chicks last week. Look, if America's so bad and this is so horrible and racist and sexist and bigoted, why are you here? There's no wall keeping you in. You're free to move. You're free to go somewhere. Same thing I'm saying to this guy, because it's a normal, rational reaction to someone who is complaining about their situation that's free to leave. Why are you putting up with it? Like a battered wife griping about her husband for the 1,000th time. I hate him. No one should ever treat a woman like that. Well, why are you still there? Why are you going home? Why don't you go somewhere else? Oh, Steve, over here, you have a stray pit? All right, look, I hope it works out for you. You don't have any little kids in the home, right? So I don't have any problems if people go gangsta on a pit bull and they live by themselves. Because, hey, if someone's face is going to get chewed off, it's probably your own, and you're allowed to accept whatever level of risk you deem appropriate. Steve, hey, James, if this is in Facebook Live, if a dog has any pit bull blood, would you still think the same? I'm not being a smart A, because I would never own a pure blood pit. I don't know. Would you want to have playing with your kid, like not Jesus' perfect killing machine? He's only half of Jesus' perfect killing machine. No, I wouldn't say that with any dog that has any pit bull blood. I don't know. Could you make a half Chihuahua, half pit bull? I imagine that could get pretty small and less threatening. But if it's like a half pit, half German Shepherd, or half pit, half Husky, something insane like that, half pit, half Rottweiler, then yeah, I would say the same thing about it. It's not so cut and dry though, is it? I mean, if it's half pit, half Boston Terrier, is it still even lethal? I would say that about any other dog that can kill you if it gets angry enough. And seeing as how pit bulls basically own the dog fatality market in the United States. Like in the U.S., it's not really that big of a concern. Like maybe 30 people a year die from dogs, but like 23 of them are pit bulls. The real problem is just getting mauled. That actually happens quite a bit. So, I hope that's a good answer for you, Steve. Coming up, we got one segment left. We're going to do Best Day Ever. It's this day in history through the prism of my brain. So it's a little twisted, but it'll be fun. If you want to call in, maybe I can squeeze in a call. 844-RADIO-US, 844-723-4687. In the meantime, on this break, why don't you go download the app for my day job, Winning at Life. It's a financial talk show. We do it 6 days a week. You can catch all our episodes for free on the app. Don't cost nothing. I'm James Parker, filling in for John David Wells. You are listening to the Wells Report on the USA Radio Network.
Are you looking for senior care for your mom or dad but don't know where to start? Hi, I'm Jen London with The Place for Mom. Nobody knows your parent or loved one better than you, and nobody knows senior living better than the experts at A Place for Mom. They've helped thousands of families find the right place for their mom or dad.
I was so glad that I called A Place for Mom. My advisor really listened and was truly my partner in finding senior care for my dad. She went out of her way to get to know him as a person and was always there whenever I had a question.
The senior living advisors at A Place for Mom partner with thousands of families every month, listening and offering local knowledge and advice to help find the best senior living communities across the country. And it's a free service. Here's the number.
Call A Place for Mom at 1-800-370-2715.
There's a place for answers, a place for mom. Call today.
Call A Place for Mom at 1-800-370-2715. That's 1-800-370-2715.
Do you wish you could get better sleep and maybe lose a few pounds? Maybe more than a few pounds? Well, there's this product called Calitrin that helps with both sleep and weight loss. Just listen to what people are saying about it.
I've been taking Calitrin for right about 3 months, and I've lost 24 pounds and 19 overall inches. But my sleep has improved, I have so much more energy, and I have the desire to succeed more than ever. Anyone who needs weight loss, more energy, and better sleep, this product really does deliver.
Hi, I'm Roger. Over the 3 months that I took the product, my sleeping habits are increasingly much better. I got a better night's sleep, and I just can't say enough about the product and how it makes you feel. Also, additionally lost a little bit of weight on the program as well.
Hi, this is Erin, I take Calitrin for weight loss, and I've lost about 20 pounds, and I feel great.
Calitrin is scientifically proven to help with sleep and weight loss safely and effectively. Check it out at toploss.com. That's toploss.com.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-561-5716. That's 800-561-5716. Again, 800-561-5716.
Welcome to the Wells Report with John David Wells on the USA Radio Network. I'm James Parker, sitting in for John David. The phone number, this is your last chance to call, 844-RADIO-US, 844-723-4687, because after this segment goes, I'm going to step aside and let Wayne Allen Root take over. How nice is that? If your initials spell a word, W-A-R, so his little show, he calls it War with Wayne Allen Root. See what I did there? Yeah, you're lucky. Phil, do your initials spell anything?
No.
Yeah, neither do mine. I don't even have a consonant, so it's not even a possibility. That's the tough part. You got to get that consonant, and you got to get the consonant probably in the middle.
My little brother spells jab, but that's it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It was also funny in the small town where I grew up. There was a guy in my sister's grade whose name is Aaron Scott Smith, so you know where that's going. We all had a good laugh at that. But, hey, I like to end, whenever I get to fill in for JD, I like to end the show with a little segment that is This Day in History. But we call it Best Day Ever. It's pretty much the same thing, though. It's
Best Day Ever.
Hey, welcome to Best Day Ever. It's This Day in History through the prism of James Parker. That's me. I am your host, James Parker. Thank you. And I'm here to tell you why today, July 26th, you know what? This is it. This is the best day ever. Because it was on this day in 1990. President Bush signs the Americans with Disabilities Act. No, wait, I hate that act. That's a horrible act. And no, I don't hate disabled people. It just had a lot of unintended negative consequences. Stop it. All right, let's try this again. Here, we'll just hit this little thing. Start over. You didn't hear that part. We'll cut that out when we do the show live. It was on this day in 1775, the United States postal system is established by the Second Continental Congress with Benjamin Franklin as its first postmaster general. Hang on a second. The post office is older than the United States of America? The answer is yes. And Ben Franklin, is there anything he can't do? It was on this day in 1858. Baron Lionel de Rothschild is the first Jew elected to British Parliament. 1858. Didn't we beat them to the punch? Didn't we have Jews in Congress way before that? In fact, they were like some of the founding fathers, weren't they? Or were they? I tend to remember like one or two floating around there. There's like a Hiram or something. All right, it was on this day in 1887, the first book published that was in the language called Esperanto. Phil, do you know what Esperanto is? All these academics and these eggheads took like the 6 most popular languages in the world, and they took elements of each of them and they mashed them into one language because they wanted to come up with this language that the whole world would know, because if the whole world would speak the same language, then we would have less conflict and less war, and life would be better. But you just can't central plan things like language like that.
Oh, I thought it was an Eagle song.
Yeah, that's Desperado. Very good. But William Shatner back in the day, in like the early 70s, he made a movie that was all in Esperanto. This is something that academics have been trying to push on us for a little over 100 years now. 1887 is when that started. It was on this day in 1933, Joe DiMaggio ended his hitting streak. This wasn't the 57-game hitting streak. This was the 61-game hitting streak. But it's not in the record books because he did it in the Pacific Coast League.
Best day ever.
And so he was tearing it up in the minors, too. It was on this day in 1942. Mick Jagger was born. Hey, happy birthday, Mick Jagger. What does that make him? 78 years old? 77 years? 76? Why am I so bad at math all of a sudden? 77 years old? Doesn't look a day over 75. It was on this day in 1946, President Harry Truman orders desegregation of all U.S. armed forces. You would think it would have happened before that, but whatever. It was on this day in 1948. Babe Ruth is seen by the public for the first time when he attended the New York City premiere of the motion picture The Babe Ruth Story. I'm sorry. That's when he was seen in public for the last time, was in 1848. Clearly, he had been in the public sphere before that. I just misread it. Just pretend you didn't hear that one.
Best day ever.
It was on this day in 1964. Jimmy Hoffa was sentenced for fraud. And finally, this is very important. It was on this day in history, 1991. A guy named Paul Rubens, better known as Pee Wee Herman, was caught whipping his mule in an adult theater. Like, what are you supposed... I thought that's what everyone was doing in there. I don't...
Best day ever.
Did not understand that story. But hey, thanks for hanging out in John David's absence. It's really cool if you stick around for the second fiddle guy. My name's James Parker. If you want to find me at my day job, I'm on Winning at Life with Gregory Ricks 6 days a week. We're based out of New Orleans. We're on like 17 affiliates. You can hear us on KBDT in Dallas. That's one of the stations we're on right now. Saturdays at 11. I'm also on News with a Twist on the ABC affiliate in New Orleans, but you're probably not going to watch that, are you? Anyway, thanks for being a part of my day. Thanks for letting me be a part of yours. I'm James Parker, filling in for John David Wells. This has been the Wells Report on the USA Radio Network. Go have a good weekend.
Everyone loves liberty, so why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Stop letting others tell you what to do. Call us at 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or check us out online at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org.
Here's a great deal on MyPillow. When you go to MyPillow.com, click on the 2-pack special, type in promo code USA, you'll get 2 MyPillow premium pillows for $69.98. Now that's only $34.99 a pillow. You will not get that price anywhere at retail. It's the lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. And like all MyPillow products, 10-year warranty, 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 2-pack special, use my promo code USA.